Welcome to the Man Up Podcast with your host, Terry Gwaltney. In this special Thanksgiving episode, we're joined by two incredible young voices, Savi Hall and Jace Gwaltney. Together, we'll explore gratitude, family, and what the Alpha generation can teach us about faith, fun, and leaving a lasting legacy. Get ready for laughs, heartfelt stories, and a fresh perspective. Let's dive in.
Welcome to another episode of the Man Up Podcast. I'm your host, Terry Gwaltney, and I'm excited about my guests today. I have Miss Savi Hall and Mr. Jace Gwaltney. Savi is a gymnast, an artist, singer, and a chicken farmer. Also an avid YouTuber. And then we have Jace. He's a YouTuber as well, gamer, enjoys sports, hunting, boating. Both of them love ATV. Probably the most important thing, they're both lovers of Jesus. So, guys, welcome to the show today. All right, this is going to be fun. So, the reason we're doing this bonus episode is going to drop on Thanksgiving Day is obviously we're going to talk about some of the things that we're thankful for, but I think the value is going to come for us as men listening to this today, and maybe even some of the ladies that we know sneak in and listen to the show undercover, is going to be getting the perspective of the Alpha generation. So anybody born from 2013 on, that was considered the Alpha generation. And so these guys tell you their ages and a little bit about them here in a minute as we kind of get to know them. But their perspective on life is probably going to be so much different than ours. And I think as men, we're always striving to be better dads. We're always striving to be better grandfathers, just better men in general. I thought it'd be fun to get their perspective. Both of them have experience as young as they are interacting with siblings. They'll tell you about that. Interacting with parents, interacting with grandparents, classmates, and just even practicing their faith, at a very young age. So I think, guys, we need to be very careful because it's real easy for us to chase after success and get busy trying to give our families a better life maybe than what we had, kind of advance the next generation. And we forget the little things sometimes that matter most, and sometimes even those things that are closest to us. So I want you to listen today for the answers, maybe behind the answers, and it may clue you in on how to be a better dad, grandfather, man, uncle, in general, as you hear answers from the Alpha generation. So, guys, I'm going to start today by just asking you a bunch of personal questions. Let the audience kind of get to know you a little bit better. I will throw this caveat in. This is for your benefit if you're listening today. Jace is my oldest grandson of 6, and Savi is my oldest granddaughter of soon to be 9 this month. And so I know them very well. I could say I've probably known them my whole life. So let's get personal just really quick. So Savi, I kind of give it away already on how old you are, but do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have a sister who is 7 years old, and she's my sibling.
And what's her name?
Ellie.
Is she fun to be around most of the time?
Most of the time.
Jace, how about you? Any siblings?
I have one little brother. He's 7. He's going to be 8 in December. He is annoying. I mean, like the annoying chart would be a 50
on the annoying chart.
And he loves his iPad. He always plays his iPad every day, no matter what. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. Pets? You guys have any pets?
I don't even know how many pets I have.
You have so many.
I have a dog, 5 cats, like 50-something chickens, and a lot of, we live in the woods, so we have, a lot of predators, stuff out there, but we go out there by ourselves, and sometimes...
So you're brave.
Yeah, sometimes we'll even ride our bikes and stuff out there. Sometimes we'll even get stuck out there in the woods, but...
I remember they weren't pets, but they were living in your house. I remember the snake story.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know.
So tell the audience a little bit about the snake story. What happened there?
Well, we were in the house, and one early morning, we heard something like it was in our sink. So we were like, what is going to happen? So we opened the cabinets, and my sister Ellie, she opened them, and she found 2 snakes wrapped up together, and she screamed her heart out. And I'm like, Ellie, what is it? And she's like, a snake. And Dad said, get out. I'm like, what is it? And it was 2 rat snakes in there. And we got them out. And so we went down to the trash and took it down. And Dad only had 1 snake in his hand, my dad. And Mom said, where's the second snake? And my dad said, I don't know. It went in our house somewhere. And my mom started freaking out. She almost started crying. And Mom's like, if you don't find this little stupid rat, I'm going to literally
burn the house down.
I'm going to find it. And I'm like, Mom, it's just a snake. So we got them all out. And then
So you caught the second snake
Yeah, and then in the morning we found more.
in your house?
Yes, in our house. Trying to get in the bathroom sink.
Are you snake free now?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
that's
surprised
good.
your mom did not get the torch and start lighting the house.
Wow.
She started running around like crazy.
Yeah,
She
I
was crazy.
can only imagine. I can
Yeah.
only imagine. So, Jace, you have any pets? Have any pet snakes at your house?
Nope, I don't.
No pet snakes.
So it's a long story about her. I had a dog. Her name was Trixie, and she died recently in April 8th, and she was 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
And my dad says she has some lung cancer because we had a fire in our house back in 22, and she was in the house and there's smoke around everywhere, so maybe she might have breathed it in. And I have 2 dogs, 2 new dogs. One of them is surprisingly 6 months old and is a lab, and is 50 pounds.
Wow, that's a big baby.
I know, right? And I have another dog who is a GSP, or German short-haired pointer. Her name is Trigger.
Trigger.
Yep.
So do you like to hunt?
She's in training right now, but we're getting her tomorrow to keep her for a couple of days and on Christmas. And the lab's name is Ginger.
Nice. And so what's the dog being trained for? Is it going to be a snake dog?
Duck hunting.
Duck hunting. Nice. So I guess the dog can swim.
And
I guess it'll learn how to swim.
she likes the water a little bit.
I got
My
you.
dog can really swim. Like she will get in the pond. And
Your
start
dog
fetching.
your dog eats cats.
Well, not anymore.
Shouldn't eat cats anymore? I
Yeah,
mean,
but at Legacy, she would literally just get in the pond and kill fish. And she's not.
So
she
she's
was
a
made to
fisherman
be
too.
I know, but she was made to be like
a hunter?
a duck hunter.
I got you.
She's a fish hunter.
Now she's like a turtle catcher. She kills turtles.
She eats cats too.
And I saved a little turtle, and then we put it in this little cage. And then we kept it until we know it was about to, We put it in the woods, and then now it's okay. It had some blood. We saved it.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're a turtle saver.
Yeah.
Well, add that to your resume. There's just a lot of things you do.
I am it was this year, a couple months ago, there was this rabbit that we were burning some stuff in our garden, and it got in there. It was in there inside the pit, and it got his back burnt. So we took him back up to the house, and kept him for a night, and my mom healed him and stuff like that.
So you saved a rabbit. So you're a
Yes,
rabbit saver too.
I was only one rabbit.
You guys are just conservationists. I'm impressed.
I just don't like seeing dogs injured either. With dogs.
There you go. So you guys are passionate. So a lot of these questions are going to be fun questions just so the audience can get to know you. We'll go deep here in just a minute so you can give some advice to the men that are listening today. But Savi, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken.
Yeah.
Not a bad choice. Jace, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, every day for the rest of your life.
Every day.
So, ever since I was one, you and Nana have been taking me to Burger King ever since. So I would always go there and get 2 boxes of chicken fries and a medium sweet tea. And that's what I would get for the rest of my life if I had to.
Chicken fries.
Yep.
Wow. There you go. If you haven't tried a chicken fry, there's your
My parents
plug for Burger King and chicken and
parents-
rice.
My parents are trying to get me not to eat them, but just can't do it. It's
You
impossible.
just
It's
almost-
impossible.
It's like an addiction almost.
I know. So, just like my brother likes his iPad too much.
There you go. So
But it's accepted.
think about this question. If you guys could go have chicken fried Jace
Oh my god.
with somebody from history, who would that one person be? Like if you think back to people that aren't alive anymore, but you wanted to go back, hang out and just have lunch with them with some chicken fries one day. Who would that be fun to have lunch with?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. That's a great choice. Why'd you pick him?
I know so much stuff about Abraham Lincoln.
What do you know about him?
That he
What are
was.
some of the great things he did?
I know that he had to walk like a long way to school and lived on a farm and was assassinated.
Assassin, yeah.
And I know a lot more, but
Savi, if you were going to go have chicken and rice with somebody from the past,
Oh my gosh.
who would that be?
So anybody from history.
Yeah, anybody.
Okay.
Who would you pick?
This one's kind of a hard one.
Yeah.
ooh, I had a one.
I think probably Abraham Lincoln too.
Why?
Well, I learned that he was a good man, he loved God, and I just like people that like God.
And he also quit slavery. I just thought of a good one when she was saying that. I could have said Jesus.
Ooh, yeah. You think Jesus was a chicken fry guy?
Nah, probably
more a
lamb.
chicken and rice guy. Yeah, maybe lamb. I think he kind of liked fish and loaves. He's like a bread and fish guy.
Yeah.
Maybe they ate chickens back then. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, today you might see him hanging out at Long John Silver's. I don't know. So tell me about, either one of you, about like a magical moment that's happened in your life you'll never forget. What was that moment?
Magical moment.
Yeah. It's like, wow, this was so awesome. What was it?
Well, for me, it would be that one year in kindergarten, like all my friends that I had in kindergarten left the school until some kid in second grade, his name was Cage of You, came up and actually became my friend. Like we've been best friends for like, when it hits January, I'd be 5 years.
Wow. So that was a magical moment. Meeting your best friend. That's kind of cool. Savi, what about you?
I think it was when we went to Disney and my mom and dad would take us on road trips, and they said that we're just gonna go to Slick City in St. Louis, and I was like, yay! And then we slept in a hotel. Then we woke up and my mom and dad said, we're flying on a plane. I'm like, you can't fly to Slick City. And we went to Disney that day, and then they surprised us with it, and I think that was a really cool moment.
Wow. Yeah, I bet. So was it Silk City? Is that what you said?
Slick City.
Slick City. Oh, is that like racetracks?
No, it's
it's
the
like
place where they have like slides.
And
Oh.
I got bruised from it. But
I gotcha.
They're fun though.
So you
They're,
thought
like,
you were going to
really
go
high.
slide and you ended up hanging out with the mouse at Disney World.
There was one slide. There's
Mickey
a
Mouse?
Isn't there like a one slide there where it like you go down it and you jump off of it? Yeah, that's
that
fun.
yellow one where you
Yeah.
go like this and then you jump off it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one. That one's
That sounds pretty fun. So listen, if you had 2 superpowers, if you had the ability to fly or be invisible, which one would you choose?
Invisible.
Why?
Because then I could, sneak around at night and like not be able to get caught by my parents.
Nice.
Or I can sneak out of the house and go to your house. So yeah.
Whoa, wow. Sav?
nobody could get you, but I think probably flying.
And why would you choose flying?
Fly
Just
to
always
Disney
wanted to be a
World.
bird?
Fly to
'cause
Disney
I
World.
want to fly high in the sky.
Fly
that's
to Disney
cool.
World.
Maybe fly to Disney.
There you go.
That was a fun.
What's your favorite subject in school?
History.
How about you?
Typing.
Typing. How about Most favorite trip you've ever taken anywhere?
Ooh, I know. I went a couple, what was it, this year in June? We went to Michigan, and that was like one of the best trips I've ever been with because it's a small town. It had like the water, it had everything there I like.
That's cool. What
I mean,
about
like,
you?
I like to go to the beach, but the beach doesn't have everything I like. They have like seafood there and
Yeah,
like normal food. So yeah, that was like, I loved it there.
Yeah, last time we went to Florida, and we went to this restaurant, and there was a lot of alligators there, and I was like, you can like try to get one and bring one home, and
Bring them home.
yeah, bring them
That
home.
sounds like a bad idea.
I know, but
Eat all your cats.
you're like
Your
away
dog
from
could have ate that too.
It's really cool. But so there's like this place we went in at Florida, and it was like this place that had like a sandy beach and clear water. And when we went there, we had so much fun. I went surfing. I went,
And surfing. I didn't know you could surf.
yeah, I can. And I did a lot of fun things. Like, it was really fun.
What would you say the favorite thing that your dad does with you?
Ooh.
Play sports. I like
Play
playing
sports.
I
Savi?
think the favorite thing would be when he teaches me how to fix stuff. He like plays games with me every night, and he'll play like card games. He loves card games, and then he got me addicted to them, so I play them every night. And it starts at like 7:30, and then we go to 8:30.
Whoa,
Like, yeah.
that's awesome. What's the favorite memory either one of you guys have with your family? Questions get harder the longer this goes.
Yes, it does.
My favorite memory would be when we went, we normally during the summer, like right after I get out of school, we all go on a family vacation. We stopped doing that for a couple years, but then my parents or my mom and dad realized, like, I kept telling them how much I like it, and now they're trying to get it back together next year. But I like when we did that, so that's probably one of them.
That was like your whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you, Aunt Whitney, them, all that.
So uncles, aunts, grandmas, grandpas, mom, dads. Yeah.
Cousin siblings.
I think mine was when we would like play a game or hang out with our family, and as soon as I found out that I was gonna have a sister, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so happy I have a sister, and that I don't have to entertain myself, and that she's on my side and I can protect her.
That's awesome. If you think about parents are just great teachers, what do you think the greatest lesson your parents have ever taught you?
I think teaching me school and learning how to do math.
Oh, yeah, your mom is your teacher, isn't she?
Yeah. And we would just do every subject, and it's like really fun because we do like every time we would do school, if I'm not done with my math, like my sister would go play and entertain herself, like play on the silk and play on the tramp, and she would just have a good time by herself. Like, she can entertain herself really good. Like, it's like really surprising because she doesn't really have a lot of toys, and she'll just like be like, oh, I have an older sister, I can entertain myself. Like, it's so cool. Because when I'm gone, she'll just be like, oh, I can play on my phone, I can play on my tablet, I can play on my tramp. And she's just really good at entertaining herself.
Jace, what do you think? What's the greatest lesson your parents ever taught you?
So I have like a lot of like electronics, TV, Switch, iPad, PC now that I just got. And I always have problems all the time with them. Well, they normally fix them, so now I know how to work every electronic I have. Right now, I kind of don't know where my switch is, and there's something wrong with my switch. My game, every time I put a game in, it says it's not downloaded when I've downloaded it 5 times. So, yeah.
So they helped you navigate and learn how to do that.
Yeah. I think my switch is not working because it's really, really old. It's like 5 years old. That's probably like, it's really old for
That's
anything.
ancient.
I know. And it has been through a fire, and so it's probably jacked up all this stuff in there.
So tell the audience, how does an 11-year-old start their day? Like, what's the favorite part of your morning?
I usually get up and take my shower. I get dressed, and then take my medicine in the morning that I have to take, and then eat breakfast, and then have a cup of hot chocolate during the winter. But in the summer, I usually just have a cup of milk and get out my iPad and see if anybody texts me. And if nobody texts me, I'll see if I got any notifications. And then after that, just play a game on my iPad.
And head to school? That's your normal morning routine?
Well, that's for the summer.
Oh,
and
the
like
summer.
when I'm off. But during school, I just watch TV in my room after I do all this stuff. So
Gotcha. Savi, what's your morning routine look like?
Mine is I wake up and I'm in my room, so I clean my room, I make my bed. I get up, brush my teeth, take a shower, brush my hair, get my stuff laid out so I can get dressed, and then I just start playing games. I wake up at 5:30 and started.
So are you a morning person? You wake up fast, easy, and excited?
No, sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes my dad tried to wake me up one time
Yeah,
at 5:30 and I
I've
didn't wake up.
I've experienced the
So he tried to wake
savvy
me
and
up at
not
6
morning
o'clock and I
thing.
woke up.
So would you say you're more like your dad in the morning or more like your mom in the morning?
My mom's like, and then she just wakes up and she's like, holly jolly. She wakes up and reads her Bible and like, she's not even dressed. She'll like have her pajamas still on and she'll be like,
Holly jolly.
still
So she'll
reading
be
her
like,
Bible and she's like, hey girl, how you doing? And I'm like, what is wrong?
so she like wakes up and she's like energized, like, let's
Yeah, she's
go.
just so excited. My dad's like, can you please just calm down? It's more just like slow. My sister's more holly jolly than my mom. Like, I don't know where she got it from.
Holly jolly.
She's like a holly jolly, like, just, she can make a whole song up in the morning. I'm like, I have to do that at like lunchtime.
So Jace, are you more of a morning person or, how do you wake up?
Oh, for one, I have experienced Savi not waking up. I could sit there for 20 minutes and she'll finally wake up.
So she's a slow riser.
Yeah. Me, I just wake up and just sit there for after a minute. Well, I am a morning person. I just sit there and be like, let's go. So I'm basically holly jolly.
Yeah. Do you have songs you sing too?
No.
Interesting.
Well, I normally just go into the shower and take a shower and stuff like that. But then I go in my room and play some music.
So what about at the end of the day? Like, what has your favorite way to kind of unwind when the day's over?
Sit down and watch TV.
I think play my phone. And then hang out with my family and play games. Then have a good time.
What's yours?
I like to get home and they don't really, my school, like, they don't give me much homework as much as they did in elementary. So,
Do you need to call them so they can give you some more homework?
nope.
Know what you're saying?
I'm good with it.
Well, I could talk to
fine.
Mr. Bradley. I mean, we could probably arrange that.
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good. Okay. And so, since I don't have to really do that, I just sit around for a little bit. And then when my dad gets home, that's usually around it starts dark. And me and my dad will go get ready for bed and watch TV. But then my brother likes to come in and hog the remote and turn on whatever he wants.
That's what little brothers do.
That's what my brother is made of. Pure annoying.
Oh, at the end of the day, though, he wants to be like you.
True.
I've seen you
Yeah.
take up for him. So brothers
Yeah.
can be annoying, and then they can be your best buds. So
Yeah, it's just like when I'm like asleep, getting ready to wake up at 5:30.
Wait, wait.
Ellie wakes me up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she'll be like, "Savi, come here, hurry up, let's play on the phone." I'm like,
It's 5 o'clock. I'm not doing that.
I was just asleep. Then she started like slapping me, picking me up, and then I'm like, what? It's like 5:30 in the morning, and she's like,
I know, right? Get up.
It's not early. I'm like, to
Early.
you it's not, but to me, yes. I need to sleep in.
That's a great perspective.
Yeah, I try to be as nice as I can in the morning, and then my dad just wakes up, and then he's like, "Don't drink coffee with me." I'm like, "If you make my coffee great."
You make my coffee. So what's one thing you guys are thankful for? We're here at Thanksgiving. This is the time we just sit back and think about all the good things God's done in our life. And
Yeah.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for everything, but the most specific thing I'll be thankful for is my family and probably my dad.
Why are you thankful for them?
For my family,
Mm-hmm.
they've always been on my side ever since I was born.
Mm.
And my dad, I'm thankful that when normally if I ask my dad something, like something that I want or like really, really want, he'll normally like give it to me.
You'll find a way to make it happen, huh?
Specific like YouTube channel. Like last year before I went to YouTube channel with her, he had me all signed in on his phone or something, and to get ready for a YouTube channel. And so yeah, I've just been waiting for a while, and I finally just asked. I specifically put it on my Christmas list for like a special gift that somebody could get me, or from like everybody, and he said that I forgot about all the little YouTube channel thing he signed me in for. So then he said he's going to try to figure out how to upload it on there and have an actual channel so I can make shorts and videos.
What about you, Sav?
I think mine is that I'm grateful for my household, who I live with, and that like I'm building a pole barn house, and my dad will just like if I want to help like for big things, he will just say yes. And we started working yesterday, and so I helped him. I had to do school first. I was done at like 12, and I got up and started helping.
Wow, that's awesome. If you sit and you thought about what's one thing you think your dad has taught you about God? Either one of you.
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
That he is good and that you should like believe in him, stuff like that.
Mm.
My dad will sit down every night and play like a really short, like 2 minutes. It was like a 2-minute podcast thing that was talking about God. And he'll lay down in my bed and start telling me, like, do a review, like.
Of what you listen to?
Yeah, like what would God do about this? What would God do about that? And if you're angry, what would you do? And I said, well, I'll just walk away and be a good sister.
That's good. That's good. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but this would help maybe the parents that are listening today. Mm-hmm. What's one thing that parents do that frustrates you as a 9-year-old or 11-year-old? Parents can be pretty frustrating.
Get that right.
I have to be honest. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes.
So what would be one of those things that just frustrate you? Either one of you. Or both of you.
Okay.
Well, for me is that I'm pretty sure this happens to her too because I kind of see it happen. Like your dad be on his phone or your parent be on your phone, and then you would say a question and then they won't answer. You say it again and again and again, still won't answer. And then they'll yell at you and walk away and be like, forget it.
That's frustrating.
It is. And it's happened for me forever.
When I go to bed is that when I'm laying down in my bed and I'm playing on my phone and there's like this time limit and it runs until 9. So the whole phone will just shut off so I can't play on it. And like I'm like, Dad, can you have more time to do it? And he said, it's time for bed. Go to bed. And I'm like, and my phone shut off, and I just get mad because when I'm playing on my phone in the middle of a game, it shuts off.
Ooh, I bet that is frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
What's one thing you think you've learned watching your dad how to treat another woman? Because someday when you grow up, Jace, you're going to find a wife. I know it sounds gross now, but someday you'll find a wife. And you're watching now your dad and how you would treat her. What's one thing you've learned?
How to be nice to her.
How do you be nice?
Well, don't like be mean or like do other stuff like that.
Yeah, like you treat them
Treat her
with
bad.
respect.
Treat her with respect. And and love her.
What's some things that you think he does to show her that he loves her?
Kiss her goodnight.
There's that, yeah.
Or that when they get together and when my mom's about to leave for like 2 minutes, she'll be back. They'll just like hug each other, then say, I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes. And then they'll just be kind together. Or they will like, if somebody says, can you go get this for me? Somebody will go grab it for you and get it to.
So yours would be a little bit different question. You're watching how your mom and dad interact in the home, and someday you're going to pick one guy that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. He'll be your husband. What is it you see in your dad that's like, that's what I want to find in my husband? I want him to be like that. What's something you've seen that you'd be looking for when you're much older? Like 35.
I think Ellie already found one.
She already found one.
Yeah, Ellie already found one. It's really weird.
But
What's a characteristic that you see in your dad? Like, I want my husband to do that, act like that, be like that. When you see him interacting with your mom.
so when my dad's my mom or dad is about to leave for work, my mom will come up to my dad and they'll hug each other and say, I hope you have a great day. And they'll just say that, like, wonderful things to each other. And when I go to gymnastics, they'll have, like, their date day and start, like, hanging out together, doing puzzles, playing games together.
So you want to find somebody that would hang out, want to hang out with you
And, like,
play with you and spend time
thoughtful.
and thoughtful. That's good. If you guys had to look into the camera today and give one piece of advice to all the dads that are listening today, tell them how they could make their kids feel extra special. What could they do? Give them some tips.
You can
There you go.
You go.
You go.
You could read a Bible more than them, or like read a book with them more to the bed, or spend more time with them. Do more like sports with them outside.
Those are good tips. Savi, anything to add to that?
I think when he would play games with me every night, he would teach me how to, like, fix a bicycle board, fix a dirt bike, anything. And he'll, like, teach me how to do a lot of things, like, everything he knows. Like,
So if dads could spend time with their kids and just teach them what they know,
yeah.
that'd be a good tip. What's your guys' two biggest pet peeves? Things that just really annoy you? Why are you looking at each other and laughing?
I don't know.
You don't know or you don't want to say? There's only 4 million people that watch this show, so don't be nervous.
Okay. Well, hey, can we like say something together?
Sure.
Here,
Two biggest pet peeves.
okay, here's what we were both going to say. So there's a problem with all of our younger cousins.
Okay.
Like my brother, her sister, and Easton.
Okay.
They all like,
That's 6 years old.
yeah, they're like really young. They all say that they have boyfriends or girlfriends, but it's really Ellie. It's basically just Ellie, but Easton and Mason are starting to join in.
And that's super annoying to hear that.
Oh yeah,
That's because
Ellie always comes to us and it's like, oh my gosh, guys, Beckett got down on his knee and like literally did this at school. Opened his hand and gave her a ring.
And how old is Ellie?
Well,
Like
she's
6,
7.
and Beckett is in. I don't know. Beckett is like
4th. He's in 4th.
Beckett is like 10 or 9.
So he's an older man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's why I was saying earlier that I think Ellie already found one.
Yeah, one of mine is that when my sister like tries to act like when she's like kind of mean to me, she'll say that I want a YouTube channel and I'm gonna have the best YouTubers and I'm gonna be more followed and I'm gonna be the best. And
Funny.
well, you don't have to judge somebody and you don't have to be mean to do that. And I'm just like, it doesn't need that.
So that's annoying.
She wants a
because
YouTube
she will
channel.
go after school. She'll say, "Guess what? My friend Beckett, I really want him to marry me."
Friend.
Yes.
Wow.
Friend Beckett.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
my brother
It's
does
kind
that.
of annoying because she would just come up to me and be like, "Beckett, give me a ring."
Like every time every time
It's so annoying because she does it every day.
I have one more. Every time me and her will talk about, or like I will specifically say about my YouTube channel, her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Easton, Mason, they all come up and be like, we're going to have a YouTube channel. It's going to be better.
So they want to be like you.
Yes, I guess they just look up to us.
They're
They
just
try to
like-
act like they're better in our age. And
Yeah, they kind of want to act like we're better and make us feel like we're not. They're better than
Well,
us.
so let me ask you this question. So what's one thing that you're thankful for your sister? What's one thing about her that makes you thankful for her? All brothers and sisters can be annoying, but then there's the other side of like, they're really thankful for that.
that she will come up to me, and what she did today was so nice to me. She'll, like when I was getting ready to do this podcast, I said, I don't care if you come in the car or not, like it's your decision. And she was like, okay, I'll come. So she came and put her foot on the door. Like her getting ready to walk in, she said, no, Savi, I'm gonna let you have your own time. And she's just so kind to me because like when I said, like, you made some, like, she would cook eggs, and I said, you did really good at cooking those eggs. And she's like, really? You can have them? I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. So she's like a person who's really kind to me.
She's really kind.
Yeah, she loves me. She spends time with me, like, more than my mom and dad. She loves me. She said she loves me most. Like,
Sounds like a great sister.
yeah.
What about your brother? What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that I always have somebody to like play with, whatever.
Yeah.
And last night, before we went to bed, I was like, "Hey, where do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, I didn't want him. I do not want him to be a YouTuber like I want to be. I want him to have an actual career that actually like in a business, not a YouTuber. So I'm thankful that he did not say a YouTuber, and he's like, I don't like YouTubers. No,
I'm curious. What did he say he was going to be?
a cowboy.
Cowboy. The world needs more cowboys right now. I can just tell you. Man, I appreciate you guys being on the show today. Just sharing your thoughts and your perspectives to all of us older people. I think there's things we can learn from that. I know each one of you have a quote today that you're gonna leave our audience. Which one of you guys want to go first? Just read that.
Savi can go first. Mine. Hers is shorter. Mine's long.
A man is defeated by how he treats women.
Defined? Is it defined?
Defined. By how he treats women. By how he keeps his promises. And by how he protects and serves the ones he loves. That's what makes a man a man.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Jace, what's your quote?
A boy gives false promises. A man honors his compliments. A boy thinks me. A man thinks us. A boy blames others. A man accepts responsibility. A boy lives off others. A man lives for others. A boy relies on himself. A man relies on God.
Wow. Those are two great quotes to end the show on today. If you want to know what it means to man up, you just heard that in those two quotes. Listen, guys, the value of life is always measured by how much of it we're willing to give away. Generosity means focusing on others. Think about it just for a minute. As you go to a funeral, we never celebrate the accumulation of what people have gathered their whole life. But really, what we celebrate is their generosity and their selflessness. At the end of life, that's really what's celebrated. If you'll do the things you heard these two say today, listen to the quotes, listen to their perspective on what was important to them, you'll have a life that will go well beyond you. Remember, legacy is not what you leave to people. It's really what you leave in people. We'll see you next time on the Man Up Podcast.
Thank you for watching the Man Up Podcast.
Make sure to follow on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. And give us a review in the comment section on YouTube.
Thank you for listening to the Man Up Podcast. For more resources on your journey to becoming a better man, check out manupadventure.com. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up to receive our weekly Man Up newsletter for encouragement and tips every Monday. If you haven't attended Man Up Adventure Camp yet, it's not too late. Register now for camp in 2025. We hope to see you around the fire.